Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. I want to give a shout out to my boy Damon and his girl Lindsay. It's their anniversary today, so salute to you, my brother. And now let's just get into it. So before I get into anything, I gotta talk about Joe Burrow. For all y'all Michigan fans, everybody, if you didn't watch that Alabama LSU game, that's a quarterback. Joe Burrow, that's a quarterback. Standing in the pocket, getting hit in the mouth. If the blitz comes and nobody has it, he knows his check down to the flat, stepping up in the pocket, getting dudes around him, still throwing it. That's a quarterback. We lucky OSU picked Fields because we wasn't finna beat dude if he was the starter. Fields give us some hope, but Burrow, please. But that's a quarterback. That's what we need. That's a field general. I just had to put that out there. Dude is a beast. But we playing Michigan State this week, 12 o'clock, I believe. 12 o'clock in Michigan. And I'm just going to run over some of Michigan State's players. Y'all know them. Let's see. Michigan State's 4-5 on the year. They lost last week to Illinois. Illinois made a comeback on them, and they lost. So Lewerke, he's 55% on the year, 2,012 yards, 12 TDs, 7 picks. Elijah Collins, their leading running back, he's got 715 yards, 5 TDs. Their receivers, a lot of them are hurt. I'm not sure who's going to be starting to play. Lewerke might not even be able to play if he's in concussion protocol or whatever. So that's just what I have to say about that. But let's see. On our side, Michigan State's offense is horrible. But let's see. Shea on the year is 57%, 1,700 yards, 12 TDs, and 4 picks. Lewerke's actually got a little better numbers, kind of. Shea's got more rushing touchdowns. But this game it's going to be freezing up there. It's going to be probably 12 degrees, 20 degrees, something like that. It's going to be cold. And so, what will do is it's going to be a slobber knocker. Harbaugh's going to do it just like we talked about before. He's going to be running the ball, trying to establish the run. Luckily, they don't have Joe Bacci. He got suspended for PEDs. And that's good because he's a beast. And if we were just going to try to run the ball, it would keep them in the game. It still might. Because their defense isn't that good. I thought they were early in the season, but it seems like they don't have enough depth, or I'm not really sure what it is. But they've given up huge passing days to Jack Cohn and Brandon Peters, like career days. So it would probably be better to pass the ball. But knowing Harbaugh and what he wants to do, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run Haskins and Charbonnet and Shea a little bit. We're going to run the ball. And the only reason now, if it's working, it could get ugly. But if it's slow and we're not getting it, we're not getting 5 and 6 yards in those 10-yard gains. If we're getting a couple yards here and there, then the game gonna be closer than we want it to be. It could be a game like last year. What would we win? 21-7? It was a controlled ass whooping, but the game was a lot closer than it actually felt like. So that could be what it is. I mean, Michigan State, and I know a lot of people don't like D'Antonio and all this stuff, but he's taken them to where we want to go recently. He took them to a playoff. They got blew out, but who cares? The goal is to get there at least. He's been to BCS big bowl game. He's done these things. He's beaten OSU. So I got respect for him because he's done what we're trying to do. But being that, he gonna have them ready to play. You ain't got to worry about Michigan State being ready to hit us in the mouth. You ain't gonna have to worry about that. They gonna be ready to hit us. The only thing, will they be able to scrape up enough offense to keep up with us? Not like we're high powered, but their offense is just horrible. Will they be able to scrape up 21 points? Will they be able to scrape up 17, 14 points? Because their offense is bad. So that's just what it is with this. I mean, it ain't really much to go over on this, but with us trying to establish the run, if they somehow stop it, just like we were running it against Illinois, and then second half they just shut it down for the most part to like that final drive to kill them. Will the offense be able to keep the running game going? And if it's not, will Shea be able to make a throw? Will he be able to make throws in that freezing weather? His hands, when it's cold, the ball is it's just like a ball of ice. So will he be able to throw it? Will our receivers who have problems with drops, will they be catching it? So we should blow them out. We should. But with the weather and with inconsistent passing game, somewhat inconsistent running game, this game could be close, y'all. I'm going to be 100. This game could be close. But it could be a blowout if they can't stop the run. If anybody, pretty much in any team, if you can't stop the run, you're probably going to lose. So if they can't stop the run, it's probably going to get ugly. But if they can stop the run, the game probably going to be tighter than we want it to be, and we could maybe lose it. But honestly, I just don't see them being able to scrape up enough points. They're going to come with some trick plays and try them, but I'm not sure if that'll work. But the offense with this Harbaugh ball, I don't know. It could keep them in the game. If they slow that run down in the beginning or later on in the game, then it's gonna get stagnant. Cause Shea, he's just not consistent passing it. You can't count on him to drop back and lead the team. So that's just what it is. And last year he made a big throw when the game was kind of tight, and he hit DPJ on that fly route, go route, whatever you want to call it. He hit DPJ on that, and that blew the game open because Michigan State's offense was trash last year. They could only score 7 points. So that's just what it is. And if they dumb enough to go man one-on-one coverage, you need to take that. You have to take that. Like, it ain't even a need. You have to take that. If they got one-on-one with Nico, DPJ, Tariq, Ronnie, pick one of them. If he one-on-one, you got to go to that. No safety over the top. You got to throw them. You got to throw that. I just hate it takes Harbaugh so long. Like, even in that MSU game last year, they had been doing that man coverage for a long time. They had 8 in the box and all that, and we were still just running it, trying to run it. It took a while for him to realize, hey, you got one-on-one coverage out there, man. One-on-one coverage. Do you see? Are you watching the game? But yeah, that's just what it is, y'all. It really ain't much to say about this one, but I respect Michigan State. Any opponent that we play that has had more success than us recently, I can't do nothing but respect them. Especially a team like Michigan State that has always been a little brother type. But when we were down, They put their program up. They going to winning Big Ten championships, going to Rose Bowls, went to a playoff not long ago, you know. So I can't do nothing but respect them for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They're still a little brother. I'm going to say it. I ain't playing the game. I'm going to say it. It's still a little brother to me, but, you know. But that's all I really got, y'all. It ain't much to say, you know. But on another note, though, Burrow is nice. I just got to talk on that, y'all. Dude is nice. I'm so happy that he went to LSU and OSU didn't play him or gave the job to Fields, whatever happened there. And that's enough. No, why isn't he starting? Why isn't he starting? The coaches think he's gonna do the coaches. Was Hassan Haskins starting at the beginning of the year? The coaches. Was McGrone starting at the beginning of the year? The coaches, they know best. Joe Burrow, he would have been sitting on the bench at OSU if he ain't transferred. Y'all crazy. The coach, practice and the game are two different things, y'all. So when you hear people talking about Joe and Dylan, these are the reasons why. There's so many examples. The coach don't always see what's going on, especially with like a quarterback, because they get limited reps. But when them lights are brightest, when you got 100 and some thousand fans, when you got a D lineman or you got a fullback or something coming to hit you in the mouth, when you got adrenaline pumping and you chasing dudes or they're chasing you, the game, this ain't practice. When you get in the game, it ain't practice. You got some dudes that'll ball out in practice. When the lights are on and it's game time, they nervous. They not ready. Dude looking like a Hall of Famer in practice, but when the game starts, he looking like an average Joe. Living off, he start because he look good in practice most of the time. But then you got a dude that don't look that good in practice, but when the game come on, when it's game time, he a Hall of Famer. He just ain't a good practicer. I was somewhat like that myself. I played some semi-pro ball when I first got on the field and was practicing and stuff. I was out of shape. I hadn't played in a while. Then when by the time games started, because I was practicing on my own, then trying to catch up with the game speed in practice. But by the time real games started, coach said, I didn't know who you was out there. Cause when it's game time, I ain't trying to look stupid when the game. Forget practice. I ain't trying to look dumb with the game and all these fans out here. Ain't no fans at practice. I got my pops up in the stand. You think I'm finna be out here getting torched and stuff? You crazy. But that's the difference. Some dudes are just good at practice. Then you get some that can ball out in practice and in the game. But it's not always cut and dry. That's why sometimes you got to put dudes in the game just to see. Your starter, see what that backup can do. See what he can do. But that's just what I'm saying though, y'all. Because y'all, the coach don't see everything. They had Hassan Haskins, they moved him to linebacker or something. Our best running back on the roster right now is Hassan Haskins. They would have had him playing linebacker. He might have been good. But he's our best running back right now. So what does that say? Cam McGrone sitting on the bench. If it wasn't for injury, he wouldn't be in the game. Dude has basically put our defense almost back to the level Devin Bush had it. He on the bench. He on the bench if it wasn't for injury, y'all. Coach don't always know that. Like, coach don't always know what a player gonna do in the game. It's just it's a different animal. The game is a different animal, y'all. The game ain't practice. I'll tell you that. Anybody that's done played real sports on a real level with coaches, with refs in a real game. I ain't talking about backyard. I'm talking about real organized sports. The game different than practice. But that boy Burrow is a beast, y'all. I was telling my boy earlier, I'm so glad he is not on OSU's roster and he's not starting. Cause dude is looking better than Dwayne Haskins last year. And he can run it. That's scary. Now Fields, I ain't gonna get too much on OSU, but now Fields, he can run and pass, but he ain't passing it like that. He ain't got no pocket presence like that. That dude is looking like a monster. Scary. But the reason I bring up Burrow is because he does the things that I've been saying Shea hasn't been doing all year. That's why I'm bringing him up. Check downs. Sometimes a blitz comes and there's just going to be a guy that comes free. You have to know your check down. Blitz coming, Burrow sees it, he's free. Boom. To the check down. That running back in the flat I've been talking about all year. He was hitting him. Shea has the same, all those games, the offensive line. No, sometimes Shea has to see it coming and know his check down is those flats. That's wide open. He don't even get his body ready to make those throws. But I ain't finna harp on Shea. I ain't finna do it. But I'm just, that's why I'm bringing him up though. Because he does what you're supposed to do as a quarterback. Impressive. But that's all I got. That's all I got, y'all. This should be a close one with Michigan State. Unless we can run the ball from the jump. If we can run the ball on the jump, then it'll probably get ugly. If not, it's probably going to be a closer game than we expect. Probably similar to last year. Michigan State's offense is just so bad that we should slowly win it. Unless they got some crucial trick plays. But besides that, I don't see how they can really just win this one. But as always, like, share, subscribe. If you want to drop a donation, feel free. This will be on the streaming apps, on Anchor. It'll be in the bio. No, it'll be in the top of the messages. And as always, go blue.